Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. We have Reddit today, and we're going to get started right away. How do I get rid of the feeling that I can't do anything right when I logically know it's not true? Well, you know the answer because you know it's not true. So you should start there. And let's see what I said. Unfortunately, the Reddit poster did delete. He deleted the post, so we can't really see what the post is about, but from my response I read before I started this video, I know what the post was about. So let's get into my response. Congratulations on a great job, wife, and being in great physical shape. I honestly think that you are doing great, and if you feel that you are doing really bad, then take a look around, as there are many in worse positions. So I started this off, which is a good thing, that you're doing great. You know, congratulating someone first is a great way to start things off, because they read it and they smile and they feel, hopefully they feel grateful. Like, hopefully they'll be like, this obnoxious prick, what did he just... But most of the times, like, they'll be grateful for your appreciation to them and your kindness towards them. And from what I said there, clearly he put that in his post, so it shows that he has something to be grateful for. And I bring the example of, I think one of the best ways to practice gratitude is to look at those who have less than you, because it makes you appreciate what you have. Because let's say you only had one meal today, and you're thinking, or let's say 2 meals. Oh my God, I only had 2 meals today. Like, how am I'm just so hungry. I'm just so stressed out. You look down at the people. Well, not look down. Look at the people who have less than you, and you'll see when you had 2 meals, there's someone who had 1 meal, and they'll think, and that person there's, oh my God, I only had 1 meal today. God damn, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Life's so hard. And you get that person to look at someone who has less than him, at someone who hasn't had a meal for 2 days, who hasn't eaten any food for 2 days, and that person's there like, living in a way tougher situation than the person having 2 meals a day. So looking down, looking down, but not in a way that's arrogant. I mean, as in looking at people who have less than you. It makes you more grateful for what you have and appreciate what you have and what God has blessed you with. Normally, this helps you practice gratitude because you realize things could be worse. Here is a problem that you identified to use. Although the previous 2 mean-spirited comments were the only times in my life anyone said anything like that, the fact that 2 different people from 2 totally separate social circles made the same themed comments somehow has made me question if there is any truth to it. This statement made me laugh. Because if you have only had 2 people say something along those lines, then you are doing amazing. And I agree with that totally. That was 3 months ago I said this, but I still agree. If you've only had 2 people in your entire life say something bad to you, you are doing amazing. Or maybe you're not around honest people, because in my life, if I had a nickel, dime, a penny for every time someone said some bad thing to me, give me 10,000, give me 15, 100,000 cash. Give me £10,000 cash right now. I've had it a lot of times, but there is a book Insight I'll be doing in the near future, in the months coming, called The 4 Agreements. One of the agreements is called Don't Take Things Personally. And Ruiz mentions that everyone has their own different perspectives, and not everything is about you, and everything isn't from your own lens, because people have different understandings of things. So when you take that into consideration too. It helps you ease back and not be too egotistical about stuff and think, oh no, this and that. And also it's good to stay away from those negative things, because they can just drag on in your head. And I know what that's like. You know me. I know what that's like. If you've been watching me for a while, I know what that's like. So, and I always stay working on that for for the longest, and you just have to consistently keep working on it to make it that mindset for you. In my own life, this has happened many of times, and if we were only what people had thought of us, then we would lose control of our own lives. But that is not the case. Dio! Yeah. Speak it. Say that then. Yeah. So if you were only the culmination of what people had said to you, especially in a negative light, then you will start to lose control of yourself. Of course, there is credibility to a social, a complete gathering of people towards you, but first and foremost, you should consider what you have to say about yourself and how you act and what you think, because in that sense, you are in control. Regardless of how other people view you, you cannot control that. What you can control is how you view yourself and act towards goals and other people. And this is a statement specifically to people that take into consideration too much what other people have to say, and let things get really personal for them, and they shape their lives based on what a few people have to say about them, and it's not a very productive way to go about things. You start to lose control of things. You start to shift your life a lot in the wrong direction because you're not really focused on what you want, really. You're just focused on what everyone else wants from you. And most of the times, that's not what you want. But it honestly seems that you have control. So he does have control. You just need to be more of your own supporter rather than your biggest critic. And that's a lot of the things I see in the self-improvement subreddit. People are their biggest haters. They love to destroy their image. They love to destroy themselves. So in hopes that someone will come and build them up. And unfortunately, this is not Disney. This is not DreamWorks. This is not Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network or CBBC. This is not that. This is real life. This is not stories. You have to take some accountability for yourself. Take to account what other people have to say and what advice people have, but understand you are in control of your decisions and how you act and think. Be more accepting of your mistakes and allow positive thoughts about you to sit with you. Yeah. Just sit on it. Compliment yourself and just sit on it. Don't sliver your way out of it. Don't try to rebuttal yourself. I am smart. Now you wonder why I said that. I just said it to show you an example. You just compliment yourself, sit with it, and yeah, it's because I used to have this thing growing up where, well, even in my recent years, where someone would compliment me, and one of my most famous rebuttals back would be, one of my favorite ones would be to give them a compliment back, but it wasn't a sincere one. I was doing it as my form of coping with not liking to be complimented. I don't like people complimenting me, to be honest. I use a positive affirmations for myself, but my coping mechanism would go to, if you say, "Oh, you're such a good person," I'm like, "Oh, wait, no, you're a good person," and then it'll just turn into this back and forth. Other than shifting to a more positive attitude about yourself, you are doing great and keep accomplishing more great things, bro. I hope the person read it and I hope they are doing great things. Goodness me, we spent 9 minutes. Sometimes I can spend 30 seconds on a question, and then another time I can spend 10 minutes on a question. God, I need to speed up. Hold on. Okay. Is it okay to think you are better than others? Let's see. It's in the 48 Laws of Power Reddit. I learned my lesson from last time to get the hell away from there. Because that's not the target audience for me. I've read the book, but that's not my target audience. Okay. Is it okay to have an aggressive, competitive attitude? Is outshining and judging others morally okay? I understand this is vague, but I feel it will have better responses this way. Have a good day. Thank you, the writer of this post. And it's coming from the lens of the 48 laws of power. And I think one of the ones is it's funny because you mentioned outshining. And I think the first law is never outshine the master, something like that. Hopefully it is master, and I didn't just baffle that and go back to the olden days. I think that you open the door to more insecurities, envy, and fear with that approach if you use it all the time. I'll replace the word aggressive with assertive because that has less negative connotations. Competitive, yes, but not overboard. Outshining is fine as long as you focus more on your goals rather than comparing yourself to others consistently. Judging others is good as long as you refrain from being too negative and become condescending to others. You should focus on using more positive lens when it comes to judging people. I hope this is clear. And I know that some people read that and thought, positive? Did he mention positive? This is about using others, not being positive. And because of the whole thing about 48 Laws of Power, and we'll get into that book insight in the near future too. That's in the works. I have quite a lot of work to get to that point, but that'll be an interesting one to do. Yeah, I agree with this post. Don't go overboard with thinking you're better than everyone else and putting yourself on a pedestal. Okay. Time wise, how are we doing? Let's go. Let's see how long this one takes. I think I'll end it here with this one. So, how can I build my self-esteem? I'm a woman and I'm 38 years old. And my psychologist recommended doing activities that I like, but I don't know what I like. I spent the last 17 years of my life taking care of family members. Very commendable. Everyone has died, and I'm the last person living in my family. I'm looking for a purpose, a reason to live. Saving money or shopping doesn't make sense to me, as I don't feel pleasure in accumulating wealth if I don't have any descendants. I have studied theology and philosophy. I have been treated for depression for over 20 years, but I have been stagnant for over 6 years in a phase of complete anhedonia. Has anyone gone through something similar? What was the path that you found to build your self-esteem and get back to making plans and projects for your life? Thanks. First things first, reading this 3 months later, I have not been through what you've been through, and I hope the best for your life, and you have a beautiful trajectory moving forward for the next 40, 50 years of your life, 100%. I will start with myself to be more familiar with you. Has anyone gone through something similar? As in the journey for seeking a purpose in life? Yes, I have. And I am sure a majority of other people have too. This is natural and it is what people yearn for. Yeah, I'm glad I hinged on that and I didn't stretch too much on the fact that we can't relate to her life because we've had different lives. But searching for a purpose, yes, I can relate to that. I have gone through that. So, and going through that. Have been going through that too. What was the path you found to build your self-esteem and get back to making plans and projects for your life? I will keep it brief. I am 22 and I've been into personal development for 3 years, and into my second year, I studied Islam and found a strong foundation that helped me discover where my future should head. True as a cake. I wrote down my dream, purpose and long-term goals, and I worked towards them by having a long-term vision and breaking down my future goals into short-term goals I can complete during a day, week or month. Damn, Sammy, no commas. Chance, you're not going to put any commas or any full stops. Having me read that old long ass sentence. I meant long sentence. Excuse my language. Slipped out. That is a summary of how I found my path, and I consistently work on my attitudes that help boost my self-esteem. I'm looking for a purpose, a reason to live. The best I can recommend is to be open to trying new things, experiences, and meet new people that may share interests, and learn about topics that you find interesting. The only way for you to move from a position of not knowing where to start and being stagnant for a long period of time is to start. Whoa, no, no doo-doo, Sherlock. Of course. Staying obvious. Starting is a simple solution, and it doesn't need to go as planned, but as long as you push yourself out of your comfort zone, you will experience new things and find what you are passionate about. I hope you find the purpose that makes you happy. Now, from this post, I would hope that my only advice wasn't just to start, right? Thankfully, it's not. I did give an insight into my own journey, which was what she kind of was. One of the things she did ask for, and which the second question I answered. I think I could have gone into. Okay, let's be a bit critical on my response. I could have been a bit more practical with that last paragraph and give. To be fair, I said the best thing I could recommend is to be open to trying new things, experiences, meet new people. And I guess the problem is, like, she may know all of that. I think it's a good mix between telling someone what they already know and try and make something that you think they wouldn't know. And I think that was maybe what was missing from this. Other than me explaining about my own life. Other than that, I do think it was a good piece of advice for anyone reading that. I do hope she has found something to be passionate about in the past few months, because it has been a few months since then. We're going to move on to the next. I don't know when the next video I'm going to record it, but thank you, I guess.